Welcome back to 32 Fans. I'm Alex Chester. With me, as always, is Wheels Wienerker. And Wheels, we have a special color commentator today, Rob Cesternino. Rob, welcome back to 32 Fans.
Oh, it's so great to be back in the ballpark here with Keev and Alexander Chester. It was only about a year ago that we all watched the Mets and Twins in the flesh, and now we'll do the same thing once again today.
Yep. So we are, baseball is coming, finally. It's late July, the normal time for a baseball season to start. And as Rob says, a year ago, we were at Target Field to watch a 2-game series between the Twins and the Mets. It's the only series all year that the Twins were swept. That's not true. The Twins were swept by the Yankees in the playoffs, as they are every year. But it's the only regular season series when the Twins were swept. The Mets won both games. And so, the Mets did not have as successful a season as the Twins, but the Twins cannot win against New York. And tonight we are at at City Field. It's been a while, obviously, for me. And we are going to watch another Twins-Mets game. But today, the commentators, I will be, I guess, Dick Bremer, and Keev will be Bert Blyleven, and Rob will be Justin Morneau.
All right. I don't know what that means, but it's going to be a real pleasure.
Okay, you can be Keith Hernandez. How about that?
Okay.
No, Rob is the play-by-play guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob does play-by-play? Okay.
Yeah. Well, you think you're a play-by-play guy, Chester?
I don't know who the Mets guys are. They have who do they have other than Keith?
Gary
Darling.
And Ron Darling. The Mets booth is always voted the best booth in baseball.
No, the Twins booth is very bad, for sure.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Although this year we have less Blyleven, so it'll be better this year. All right. So we are going to be watching a Twins-Mets game on a video game that was prepared by JonJon. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do we know anything else about it?
It's the Mets versus Twins. It's a regular season game. This is not like Game 7 of the World Series. Rob wanted to didn't want the pressure of that. We wanted to call Game 1.
To be clear, and we'll discuss the 2020 baseball season more either later on in this episode or on a separate episode. But the way the schedule works this year is no team from any division plays another geographical division. They only play their own division and then the same division in the other league. So if the Twins and Mets are going to play in 2020, it will have to be in the World Series.
And it just very well may be.
Yeah. Well, they're both. To be honest, I did not realize the Mets won 86 games last year until I'm staring at the screen right now. So the
Mets.
Yeah. So the Mets won 86. The Twins obviously have very high expectations for this season. So, Akiva, if the Twins and Mets meet in the World Series, we don't have to attend the game together in person because they probably won't be allowing anybody to attend in person. But will you fly to New York to watch live in my house, quarantine safe?
Sure. You live in New Jersey, but sure.
Yeah. Okay. And Rob, will you come as well?
Sure. We're all getting crazy if the Mets end up in the World Series.
All right. Okay. So with that having been said, let's jump into this because we have 9 innings of artificial baseball to watch.
Yeah. And we're on a little bit of a time crunch, so I don't know how many of those innings we're going to get to see.
We might fast forward through some of the middle innings.
Okay.
Hopefully we don't miss any fireworks.
All right. We've got our lineups here. If you're watching the video here, Kiva, are you interested to see how Robbie Cano is going to handle the cleanup duty today? An interesting lineup here from Luis Rojas.
Yeah, interesting lineup for, opening day Mets. I will say this is also going to be the last time in baseball history we see pitchers hit. I'm excited to see that.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, no DH. All right, let's get to the game. Let's go out to Citi Field and see how this is all going to play out. Okay?
Sure. Yeah, let's go to the field. Also, right. I guess because we're in the National League in a world where they still have the DH, Nelson Cruz is forced to play the outfield.
Yeah, and Yoenis Cespedes is watching the game, our highest paid.
All right. Overhead shots from courtesy of the 32 Fans blimp of a non-socially distanced crowd at Citi Field in Flushing, New York. There's DeGrom warming up in the pen.
I see no masks in the audience.
No back trouble for Jacob DeGrom, hopefully, today. We see DeGrom with the 11-8 record in 2019, coming off of a back-to-back Cy Young winning award performance.
Although he did not do well, the Twins did play in Citi Field last May. Akiva, we went to – no, you did not go. You were in Israel. But I went to the game with a group of our listeners. And DeGrom got rocked. The Twins won like 14-6 or something.
It snapped the streak, right, Rob? That was the end of DeGrom's dominant streak.
Yeah. All right. Max Kepler steps in to lead off, and just outside for the first pitch. By the way, is the game noise too loud? Should we lower this?
No, this is good. I gotta say, I'm so starved for like real sports of teams
Yeah, no, I'm
leagues
excited.
I care about.
Sure.
Yeah,
Who's the fake umpire here? Because I have to question that first call, Rob. That looked like a strike to me.
Maybe a makeup call. He gets the inside strike 1-1 to Kepler.
Can you pick your umpire in a video game, Rob?
I don't think so.
Because is this Angel Hernandez or Joe West or
I bet
somebody?
it's the same guy.
Boy West, because we know that he's not concerned about
The 1-1 is in there. 1-2 to Kepler.
The fans in the background, very realistic.
Yeah, DeGrom working very quickly, by the way.
Struck him out. A swinging strike to get the game started, and DeGrom picks up 2020 where he left off in 2019.
Where does Max Kepler rank on the guys whose names make them sound very Jewish, but they're not, Les? He's pretty high.
He's very German.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he was literally born in
Jorge
Germany.
Polanco steps in.
He's a German who moved to America when he was 16.
Oh, right.
Strike one
he's
to
not
Polanco.
Yeah, so it's a very German name.
DeGrom only throwing 89 right now. He's probably getting warmed up after a slow spring training.
Yeah, well, he's been... So I guess in the show 2020, which is...
another strike.
What is Polanco swinging at?
So in this game, there is no COVID, right?
That's correct. Yeah, this game came out pre-COVID.
Yeah, you got to download
the 0-2 pitch is down the line, and that's a fair ball. Conforto is going to pick it up and hold Polanco to a double. So Twins with something brewing here in the top of the first.
Yeah, that ball went right over Alonso's head.
Akiva, are you familiar with former superfan Robbie?
Yeah, of course I know him.
Yeah, but do you know what he looks like?
Yeah. Does he look like Jorge Polanco?
He looks just like him, and Jorge Polanco look very similar. Slightly different skin tones, but other than that.
Okay.
All right. Nelson Cruz steps in with a man in scoring position here. Some early trouble for DeGrom.
Yeah, surprising that they decided to play Cruz in the outfield today rather than give him the day off. I don't even think he owns a glove, from what I've read. But
and a strike, 1-1. Beautiful day at Citi Field.
Well, this game started at 11 a.m., according to MLB The Show, which is a questionable choice of starting time, but it is a nice day.
And a strike. That's 1-2 at the outside offering. A look at the umpires. That's Mike Fillmore behind the plate, Akiva.
One of my favorites.
Have you ever heard of him? Is he an NL or an AL ump?
Don't they mix him now?
Oh, am I behind the times? I referred to this as Jay Stadium already.
The 1-2 pitch is hit. Looks like an easy play for Nimmo. Checks the runner. 2 away for DeGrom.
Can of corn, as my old baseball video game used to say.
That's Josh Donaldson, the cleanup hitter, is going to step in.
Yeah,
Rob, how does this Mets defensive alignment differ from what your preference would be? You know, assuming there was a world where there was no DH.
Yeah. Well, ideally, as a Met fan, you would be excited to see Cespedes get out there, the better left fielder than J.D. Davis. But it's unclear if Cespedes can walk.
Yes, we know he can hit, but
that's fouled back.
This is very exciting as a Twins fan to get to see Donaldson in a real game. Twins' most expensive free agent signing ever by leaps and bounds. My dream this offseason was, of course, to get Zach Wheeler
pitch,
from your
a called strike on the outside corner. Set him up 0-2. Oh, just missed.
But, so the Twins did not get a frontline starting pitcher, instead settled for another power hitter to add to the team that literally set the all-time record for home runs last year.
And he finally gets him chase one on the outside corner. And DeGrom gets out of the double from Polanco. Mets are coming to bat here on opening day.
All right.
Giant K sign for that.
What should we look for, Alex, from Jose Berrios, your opening day starter?
So, he starts the seasons very well, and then he usually starts to cool down by September. His arm gets a little bit weak, and he has struggled, in the postseason, for example. So I guess this is his first start of the year. So I would be hoping that he will pitch very well today, and not have arm troubles, and we can get a quick 1-2-3 inning so I can go back to that Twins lineup.
Brandon Nimmo steps in, trying to put an injury-plagued 2019 behind him here in 2020. As he doesn't offer at the first pitch. Classic Brandon Nimmo, Uncle Keevy.
We just got our first shot of Rob's ops, by the way.
Yeah, Nimmo's your typical 220 batting average, 360. Oh, yeah. Yes, we're obviously rooting
And he
very
does
hard
swing
against
at that one, and that's grounded to the first baseman, Sano.
Sano with some very lazy defense.
And it's an error. What happened there?
Oh, so I couldn't tell if he booted the ball or what. It looked like he was moving very slowly. Do we get a replay? No,
Yeah.
There's no time for replays.
We know Nimmo busted down the line, so maybe that he heard Brandon Nimmo getting closer, rushed it.
Yeah, that should not have been a base hit. So I think that's the right call there. Error on Sano, who's moved to first base permanently because they got Donaldson, of course, in the offseason.
Okay, Jeff McNeil steps in. 1-1 count to McNeil. McNeil fouls that
Akiva,
one out of play.
We should probably
1
be
and
talking
2.
in between pitches, especially for those who are not watching and are just listening.
No, this is great.
Not if you're listening to the podcast and not watching. The
Rob,
Renap episode.
People were saying that this could be the first year with an actual 400 hitter since there's only 60 games.
Maybe.
So could Jeff McNeil threaten the 400 mark?
It could be, as he stands in here 2-2.
We talked about this. Didn't we talk about this in the 32 fans patron chat?
McNeil hits that one back out to right field, and Nelson Cruz makes the play. 1 away.
Yeah, very
Cruz
casual over the shoulder
he's,
catch. Yeah.
Willie Mays out there.
40 years
Nelson
old,
Cruz.
literally doesn't own a glove, and yet he just grabbed a ball over.
All right. National League Rookie of the Year, Pete Alonso, steps in here with his first chance in 2020.
Famously did not win the Chester Rookie of the Year last year in the NL, and I was yelled at by a lot of Mets fans for that.
Fouled out of play.
So Akiva, I think we were talking about if there was a 60
Not sure who
season,
that first base coach is.
Yeah, I'd like to know who that was.
Fu Manchu.
Set of hair.
Could be Bobby Valentine in disguise.
if there was a 60-game season in 1994, there'd be a very good chance of somebody batting 400. But today's game, which has much more of a focus on base percentage and power hitting rather than just trying to, bat for average.
Alonso chases the upstairs offering 0-2.
Very unlikely. But if somebody were to do it, we have Jeff McNeil and Luis Arias, two top candidates in this game today.
Sure, everyone knows who Luis Arias is.
He's the favorite to win the AL batting title this year, so it's time for you to start paying attention to the American League.
Way outside. Alonso does not offer at that one. Oh, but then they caught him looking. Strike three. Alonso does not like the call, but Kiva, that was, I don't know where Alonso was looking.
Yeah, really a nice curveball that settled in there. Good framing by Garver, although I hate to compliment him.
And now 2 away with the most fearsome cleanup hitter around, Robinson Cano, stepping in. And it's quickly 0-1 to Robinson Cano.
Is Cano healthy in real life to start the 2020 season? No.
I mean, Cano at 100% is still not good anymore, so it doesn't matter.
But is he in the lineup to start the season?
Oh, yeah. And he swings at a pitch that was
and Rocco Baldelli a little bit concerned about Barrios' control. Yeah. Although
Robbie Cano, I believe, has been in and out of Mets summer camp also.
Robbie Cano's whole life is summer camp, from what I hear.
Yeah. Akiva, does it concern you that the Mets have added Melky Cabrera to be back?
It is very concerning, honestly.
Sad Robbie Cano.
Wow, Cano really chasing some very bad inside
pitches. As Barrios gets out of the early error.
All right,
and
so
we're scoreless after one.
Due up in the second, we have Eddie Rosario and then Mitch Garver, the beach expert.
All right. Here comes.
Try and be objective for the next batter.
I'll try. Here comes Eddie Rosario to step in and face DeGrom.
I think Rosario hit a dinger against DeGrom when they played at Citi Field last year.
In May.
Yeah.
I've been trying to trade Rosario for a year and a half. So I tried to trade him to you guys. I figured you guys would get to know.
Are you the general manager of the Twins? You have rights to trade people?
The graphics of this game very impressive. I have to.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Yeah. I'm impressed.
Yeah. And
DeGrom gets him to swing at the inside fastball. Ties him up.
98.
I'm looking at each individual fan. Almost everybody wearing Mets attire. I don't see Marlins man
Strike
there.
2. Now he got
This isn't a big enough game
sets him
for
up
Marlins
outside for strike 2.
We got a close.
Would you want a cardboard cutout of you behind the plate, Rob? Would that?
I definitely
would.
would. Yes.
Yeah. You
Yes. Why?
Would. How much are those going
not?
for nowadays? No, I would, but I don't. Yeah, I think it's only for season ticket holders, right?
And that one is down the line, and that's a fair ball. Conforto gets it in quickly and holds Rosario to a leadoff single.
All right, Akiva, I think you have to give a bit more explanation for the cardboard cutouts there. So what are the Mets doing?
A lot of teams are doing this.
Mm-hmm.
That's not in your charts.
And now here steps in Mitch Garver.
Ooh. Garver hit 2 homers off DeGrom last time he faced him.
Yeah, 31 home runs and just
April.
about 300 at-bats last season.
Mm-hmm.
A catching god. And
Very suspicious. Very suspicious.
Very suspicious.
Yeah.
You think there could be some PEDs?
I don't want to
potentially,
say those words, but he's,
Is that something you bring to the beach?
I heard a rumor that he needed a little extra cash and joined Cameo.com. I don't know what he's buying with that cash, but it,
DeGrom's
could be any kind
fallen
of
behind Garver 2-0. And he gets the call there, 2-1.
If DeGrom's a good friend, I think he puts one high and inside.
That would be nice.
To Garver right
least
now.
he could do. He tried. A little bit of a purpose pitch there. Back off the plate, Garver.
So, Akiva, so if you are a Mets season ticket holder, they will put a poster of your
No,
own
you have
face.
to pay, I think,
You
still.
have to pay. It's extra, yeah.
A 3-1
A lot of
now
teams are doing this.
to Garver.
Okay.
Oh, and what was that? A change up there?
I think that was
Curveball?
a change up. Why is Citi Field packed for an 11 a.m. day game against the Twins? Do
I
they
think
know
it's opening
something?
day.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Oh,
that's
and he
fair.
comes back from down 3-1 to get Garver swinging.
Yeah, Mets Twins 11 a.m. is the traditional opening day slot.
Okay.
We even have advertisements in the background.
Yeah.
Fanatics.
All right. So now 1 away. It'll be the first baseman, Sano. Does not offer at the pitch, down low.
It's crazy. Every guy on this team hit 30 homers last year. It's really ridiculous.
Well, again, they literally set the all-time record. So
you'd think they would have set the all-time record by winning 1 playoff game, but no, it's not possible.
Yeah.
And the high fastball, DeGrom touches 100 miles per hour.
Wow. A little tribute to his fallen teammate, Noah Syndergaard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If we're going to talk about PEDs, I think we have to cast aspersions in the other direction as well.
Well, listen,
costing 100
DeGrom
miles
was
an
the
hour.
non-prospect who was magically the best pitcher in baseball. There's nothing to investigate.
Yeah, throwing 100 miles an hour after being in quarantine for 3 months. Did you see today that Giannis Antetokounmpo, who plays not for Rob's favorite team,
2-2? Yeah.
he admitted today that when he said during quarantine that he had no access to a basketball hoop or a basketball, that was shockingly a lie. Shockingly, the best basketball player in the world has the ability to practice basketball.
Sano stays alive, fouls it back.
I remember arguing with someone when he said that
2-2,
at
like
the
his
time in
uniform
April.
number.
So yeah, in April, Antetokounmpo said that he had no access in quarantine to a hoop, and so he couldn't practice. And I remember arguing with someone at the time, and they're like, "Yeah, he lives in an apartment in Milwaukee," and I'm like, "There's no way the Milwaukee Bucks don't have some kind of system in place for him to practice playing basketball."
And he finally gets Sano in a tough at bat. Second strikeout of the inning for DeGrom.
Yeah, DeGrom really racking up the Ks early here. Oh, so that we got a replay of?
Luis Arias.
This is a very pro Mets.
This is Chester's favorite player, Luis Arias.
He's not my favorite player. He just batted .335 in half a season as a 21-year-old last year.
He's probably what they used to call a punch and Judy hitter.
Jonathan Scoop lost his job because of Arias when he showed up.
Yeah, I think Arias is going to hit 240 this year.
All right. Would you like to place a little wager on that?
No, because I'd never heard of him before.
All right. So let's put the over-under.
How tall is Arias? He looks short.
I would guess 5'10". I don't know, 5'9". He's a second baseman. Let's put the over-under at 300.
Chester, what happened to La Tortuga?
He's still on the team. He's, so they're opening the roster at 30 players, so he will be on the opening roster, I would assume.
But he's not a regular.
No, he's very bad.
Position.
Yeah,
Flash in the pan.
Yeah, I mean he
Two
has
and
a
two.
decent bat. He definitely has a good enough bat to be a Major League Baseball player. But he doesn't really have a defensive position.
And it's grounded over to McNeil at third, and who makes the play across the diamond.
That's pretty much the first ball we've seen hit to that side of the infield.
So we have some breaking baseball news with
Yes.
Mookie Betts' this new contract with Dodgers. Would you like to guess the numbers if you haven't seen it yet?
They
numbers are
re-signed
public?
him.
Yeah, Passan is reporting specific numbers. Rob, have you seen him yet?
Boy, this is like when A-Rod announced that he was opting out during the World Series.
Yeah, although I'd say this is a bigger platform.
As J.D. Davis steps in. What do you got,
Yeah,
Uncle
the
Keev?
commissioner does not like to make these announcements during the game. But
13 years. Do you want to guess how many million that is?
13 years.
I'm going to
13-year
say
deal.
437.
A little lower. I think it was like 380, 390.
380.
Oh, so that's not that high.
Yeah, you take that if you can get it.
It's 30
Yeah,
a
I would.
year.
I mean, I would take it if they offered it to me.
Yeah.
Okay. And J.D. Davis is moved ahead up 2-0 in the count.
I mean, Betts clearly just did not want to be in Boston at all.
Yeah.
If you do.
That's true.
All right. We don't have a sneak preview of which innings
Reno.
they're going to be scoring in, do we? So we can know when to fast forward.
Yeah, we're going to skip the third inning. The third inning we could skip.
Okay.
Let's hope that's
and then
not
the,
where
and then the
fireworks
fifth and the
arrive.
sixth.
Wait, did JonJon give you information?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So here in the bottom of the second, the last inning we're going to see. Oh, we're going to go from 2 to 4 to 7.
Mhm.
Correct.
All right. This will be a short podcast then.
We'll see.
Unless, no one ever scores. We might be going for like 12 innings of.
It could be
And
extra.
another curveball has come back from 3-0 to make the count full. 3-2 to J.D. Davis.
Do players in MLB The Show have numbers the way like NBA, 2K, and Madden they do?
Ratings?
Yeah, I'm sure they have ratings.
Yeah.
They have ratings from 0 to 100.
Davis. Oh, a nifty pickup into the hole there by
Polanco
Polanco
with a
to
good
nail
grab.
the not so fleet-footed J.D. Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the Mets, you don't really have to say not so fleet-footed. Maybe it's like Nemo is average speed, but they're really one of the slowest teams around.
Yeah. All right. The right fielder Conforto steps in.
How many steals did the Mets have as an organization last year?
I want to say like 50.
15. Yeah.
I think the Twins, other than Buxton, who's not playing today, I think they had like 30 or 40 or something.
I like that they have OPS in the main stat line on MLB The Show.
So does everybody in 2020. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, I'm sure like Maury Chase is very upset about it.
Yeah. Well, Blylevin is very upset about it.
It's up high to Conforto.
But the
Counts
Mets have a
1-1.
relatively progressive from like an
A
analytical
shot of the
perspective.
7-line army out there. In
Yeah, they're all wearing the same
right.
shirt today.
Yeah.
No joke. Any summer camps here on opening day?
Yeah,
I don't
well, it's
think
big
so.
camp day.
Camps
11
are
11
camping
a.m.
in New York
start.
this summer.
Yeah.
Oh, the
And
umpire announcing the
yeah.
count for us. Very, very helpful.
Conforto tied up on the 1-2. Does not offer at the high fastball from Berrios.
Now,
2-2 to Conforto. And he's got him swinging for the second out.
The pitch
Have any
count's only-
Mets? Yeah, what were we gonna say? Alex?
The pitch count's only 26, but given the fact that these guys are really working their way back into shape, we have to
Yeah.
wonder how many innings both starting pitchers can go today.
All right. Wilson Ramos steps in for his first at bat. Does not offer at the curveball that's just outside. 1-0.
Former Twin has batted 5 times against Berrios, which kind of surprises me.
Only one hit though.
Yeah. Although 2 RBIs, so it must have been a nice double to the gap.
Rob, do you think the Mets need to improve on Wilson Ramos if they're going to make a run this year? Is that the weak
I
spot
think
on the
he's
team?
fine. I don't think he's the biggest problem.
more like a
Wilson
good
Ramos grounds at the third. You got a year and a day to nail Wilson Ramos.
I mean,
Coming down
don't
the
they
line,
need
Donaldson.
with Syndergaard out all year? Don't they need some
Okay.
help with starting pitching?
We'll see.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean,
so
they had 6 starters. Yeah,
here we
could
are
skip
at the
now.
bottom of the second inning. Okay, so we are going to skip ahead a little bit here.
So Berrios with the no hitter going through 2, and now let's skip to the 4th inning and see.
Hopefully,
Okay.
JonJon's information was accurate and we don't miss like 10 runs in this.
Yeah, okay. So that looked like this is the Mets are batting here in the bottom of the third, and that looks like the end of the third inning. Okay. Let's skip ahead and see where we pick things up. Okay, so it's 0-0 at the end of 3.
By the way,
All right.
the Mets
Nelson Cruz stepping in.
Getting some boots.
the Mets Twitter
From the
account
top of
likes
the
to
board.
just tweet out "Let's go Mets" or even just LGM from time to time.
What about LGFM?
Well, but they do it as a complete non sequitur, sort of the way that Trump just tweets out "Make America Great
It's
Again."
a sequitur. If you follow the Mets, you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
But it's not because a specific event has occurred. It's just like we're just going to tweet this out now. Now they will not do
Why do you
LGFM.
follow the Mets Twitter account?
Didn't Murray Chase or one of those angry guys
Phil
write an article?
Mushnick of the New York Post
Was very upset
Oh.
because
was very mad.
Nelson Cruz looked really bad.
Rob
on,
said
that one.
LGFM. Is that
Look
correct?
every bit of his 40 years there on that swing. Yes, Phil Mushnick does not like that the Mets do LGFM, and Pete Alonso said it.
Oh, it was Pete Alonso.
Yeah.
He's got
Yeah.
a
Phil
dirty mouth.
Mushnicks are also about 85 years old, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, you take
he's- I
50
think
home
he's
runs
65.
and your potty mouth, and you go stand in the corner.
Yeah, he likes the old days when they didn't curse. Players didn't curse. in the
Just
70s.
missed on
Yeah.
the outside pitch
Ty-
there from DeGrom.
Ty Cobb only used one curse word, and it started with an N.
Oy vey.
DeGrom is nibbling around the zone. Can't get the elusive strike three here.
Already up to 54 pitches. Might only be going 6 today, Rob.
And he finally gets
Boom,
him to
dick.
chase one for the
Chasing a
first
bad
out.
one there. Yeah.
They really nail the glasses in this game, but the hair sometimes, like Donaldson's hair is nuts.
Yeah, I
I know
thought.
it's hard to do animation for hair.
Yeah, I thought that.
All right.
Arios's hair looked a little bit too painted on. Carlos
Josh
Boozer.
Donaldson steps in. And he holds off the inside fastball. He's 0 for 1. Struck out in the first inning.
Gotta say, it can't be a pleasant experience for a starting pitcher to look at this lineup. It's like, oh, I got Nelson Cruz out. Oh, now I have Josh Donaldson.
And
What-
another strike swinging at the 98-mile-an-hour heater from DeGrom.
What was the Donaldson contract, Chester?
I think it was $492.
That's a big contract for Minnesota. Wow.
Yeah, the previous high was $55 million for Irvin Santana.
That's crazy. We put up 101 for Piazza like 20 years ago.
Yeah, well, you play New York, and you have an owner who back then was rolling in the in the cash.
Sure. And Beltran had Piazza's was 91. Beltran's
Yeah.
was 105.
Yeah, there was a second owner of the Mets at that point in time also who
Well,
was,
Doubleday was cheaper than Wilpine. Doubleday was the problem at the time.
Yeah, but he wanted Piazza.
He did want Piazza, but he was not a big spender. The Doubledays.
Missed down low, full count to Donaldson.
Imagine a world where the Doubledays took the whole franchise and not the Wilpons. What happens?
What year did that happen? That Wilpon got the whole team?
I'm not sure.
So it was like the early 2000s, like 2003, 2002.
This is the first at bat to go more than 5 pitches for either pitcher yet. So they've been cruising pretty quickly, but
Nelson cruising.
yeah.
And
we
he's got Donaldson here for his second punch out of the inning.
Yeah, Donaldson very familiar with DeGrom since they used to be in the same
From-
division. It's really crazy that the
Just for one
Twins,
season.
the Twins get to play like the lowest budget awful teams all season.
Yeah, the Twins
Like,
have
look at the
literally
Twins schedule versus the Mets. It's crazy.
the Twins have
Boo
literally
Bird seems to be out for Eddie Rosario.
based on last year.
And
Uh-oh.
that is
That's a bad
a real weird camera choice.
Yeah, we didn't even
here.
see where the ball went, but
We did not even see. I could not tell you what part of the park that was in, but we did get a real
Rosario
close look at
instantly knew it was gone.
Eddie Rosario.
Early season form for the
Very
for
slow
the
trot there.
S&Y cameraman.
Yeah,
Where's that? I mean, like, that is so bizarre. Are all
Let's see
home
the
runs
replay.
just...
Okay.
Yeah, let's...
yeah.
All right. That ball looks like. Let's track the trajectory of the ball. That 111 on the exit velo. That ball is going to head right out to the 7-line Army out in right center.
I can't even see where it went, but it went somewhere.
417 feet for
real
Eddie
shot.
Rosario.
Yeah. All right, so Twins get on the board
Thanks
here.
to the
in top
Wizards at
four.
StatCast for providing that information.
I don't know, what do you think Phil Mushnick thinks about exit velocity and launch angles? Yeah.
Mitch Garver's
Greg
back
Cobb's
in
hard
here.
hit again.
That he is caught looking at the fastball down low from DeGrom. It's 1-1. Too low, 2-1.
Now, is it that umpires always give the balls and strikes, and we just don't notice it because we usually have 40,000 people in the stands, but this year we'll be picking up on that a lot more?
Well, there's a lot of people in the stands today.
Yeah, that's true.
2-2 to Garver.
I've been listening to some of the baseball podcasts I listen to. They've been talking about how when you're watching the game in the press box, it's awkward now because if you say anything about the players, they turn on, they can hear you, and they turn on and yell at you. So,
is that true? I gotta feel like that's got to be apocryphal.
well, I mean, I don't know. That's what they've been saying because in the whole building, there's under 100 people, right? You have the players and the coaches and stuff, and so that's maybe 40, 50 people.
Mm-hmm.
And you have, I mean, there's nobody.
Oh, that ball is
no
hit
vendor.
well.
Oh no!
J.D.
Not
Davis is
Armstrong.
back to the track.
Oh,
Turns around and
Oh,
he's
okay,
got
got nervous.
room. Mitch Garver gives it a ride, but it was Eddie Rosario with the solo shot to give the Twins a 1-0 lead after 3.5 here at Citi Field.
Now, are we watching the bottom of the fourth, or is this where we skip to the?
No, I think we'll watch.
right.
Affleck trivia question: who has more Twitter followers, Rosario and Mitch Garver, or Josh Wigler and Mike Bloom?
Okay. Combined, I'll say Garver and Rosario.
Oh, Josh Wigler got a shout out on national television last night. Last night for me, 3 years ago for everyone else. So. Josh is 20, Rosario is 18, Garver is 11, Mike is 10. So Mike and Josh have more.
McNeil pops one up to Donaldson at third and one away here.
Now, I gotta say, the most shocking moment to me yet,
Easy out for
my
Barrio.
30 seasons of Survivor that I've watched in the last month, was unquestionably Zeke just casually mentioning Josh Wigler's name in the reunion.
Yeah,
You're
very
opt.
exciting.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to not like Wigler. I forgot, but I was so excited. I was like totally shocked. I was like, what?
Alonso steps in for a second at
mean,
bat
Keev-
as he fouls one off to the first base side.
You
Out of
had told
play.
me that Mike and Josh, have flown out there before the season to interview the guys, but I was very excited.
Quickly, Alonso is behind 0-2.
Barrio's pitch count a little lower than DeGrom's. Maybe you could go 7 or 8.
Yeah, but again, I think 50 or 60 pitches should be the max if I'm the manager here. But
What, on opening day, you think?
Alonso
in
fouls another
opening
one
day in
back.
late July, who knows if these guys have been, keeping their arms fresh. Now, I will say that the Twins have said in the last week that they've been very pleasantly surprised about how ready their
1 and
pitchers
2.
are. I'm sure that's a thing that every team is saying right now.
Yeah, and then
So.
the second one pitcher gets injured, people are going to be going insane
Yeah.
about how dangerous it is. Rob, what do you think about the new 3 hitters rule and them implementing it even in this crazy season?
I don't mind them trying some stuff.
Me neither, but I think
Too
it's
many
tricky
pitching
in this
changes.
season.
I think in baseball, I think they got to get the run time down. These 3-hour baseball games are brutal.
Yeah.
Barrios struggling to find the strike zone here. He was up 0-2 against Alonso with Robbie Cano on deck.
Yeah, you don't want to walk Alonso to pitch to Cano.
Oh, that was grooved, but soft little pop-up.
And an easy play for the first baseman, Sano, as Alonso is retired, and good chance for Barrios to get out of the inning as Robbie Cano comes up with 2 outs and nobody on.
You guys are really low on Robbie Cano. Future
Do we
Hall of
still
Famer.
have a no-no going? Did the Mets get a hit in the third? Do we know?
No, they got the error. Oh, we didn't see the third. That's a good point.
Yeah,
I mean, we're only one
unless it
batter
was a
over
double
the,
play. Yeah.
We're only one batter over the minimum, and that was the error. So,
All right, Robbie Cano struck out in the first inning with a man on. Garver setting up high.
But what's your
And
take on Cano's Hall of Fame chances?
fouled back.
Do you think the suspension hurts him?
yeah, no, he's not going to make the Hall of Fame.
Because of the suspension?
No, because he's not good anymore, and he needed
He's
more
already
years.
He already has like 65 plus WAR, and his career's not over.
No, I don't think he's going to have a chance, and the suspension obviously
really?
hurts.
Because I thought he was a no question.
I think
Hall of
Jared
Famer.
Kelenic is a lock for the Hall of Fame.
I don't even know who that is.
That's the guy the Mets traded, their best prospect for Cano, who looks really good for the Mariners.
Outside, 2-1.
Barrios brings his fingers to his lips, risking a warning from the umpire.
Cano tied up on that inside fastball. That seems to be his bugaboo. Cannot lay off that inside pitch at the hands. And Cano slaps it to second. Easy play to
I got way
retire
too excited
Cano.
for that one.
And
What?
through 4, it's Twins 1, Mets nothing.
Wow. No hits.
Yeah. Are we skipping ahead now to the
Let's
7th?
skip to the 7th. Let's skip to the 7th.
All right. So we are skipping through the 5th and the 6th. Okay, so let's just try to keep
I
track
have to
of.
assume JonJon wouldn't have made us miss the first hit. So I guess that we have a no-hitter into the 7th.
So here,
Don't make any assumptions with JonJon. He is the wild
Yeah.
card.
tough to read. So I'm imagining this is the bottom of the 5th. Here's DeGrom back out there for
Rob,
the
if you
top
skip
of
the
the
wrong
6th.
innings, he's going to drop a punishment on you. So be careful.
Yes, and then let's see where we are here.
The 7th inning is only halfway through this video. How many innings are we
Okay,
going to have?
2 outs in the 6th, and then all right. Here's DeGrom pitching into the 7th in this 1-0
He's got 101 pitches
game.
already.
Yeah.
Very
All right.
surprising.
A hot April day.
And
Pick things up with DeGrom with pitch number 102. It's a curveball, 1-1.
We've skipped
Wilson
the bottom
Brock
of the order.
warming up.
We've skipped the bottom of the orders, but our pitchers are
Wilson
batting
and
this
Brock.
game,
I'm
aren't they?
sorry. Justin Wilson.
Rob, has
and-
Brock gotten over his alleged coronavirus and he's here, or is he risking infecting everyone at this game?
Is it Brad Brock?
Brad Brock. Brock and Jared Hughes, 2 Mets relievers who are scheduled to make the team, Alex, are not in camp. And, you can only assume why they're not in camp, but the team can't say. But it's assumed that they may have COVID.
And popped up to Nimmo in center. He's under it and 1 away here in the top of the 7th. Be interesting to see how long Luis Rojas lets DeGrom go for in this game on opening day. DeGrom coming off of the shoulder injury, and Brandon Nimmo disappears very, very disturbingly.
Why is his jersey so dirty? Did we see him make a dive that I don't remember?
Yeah, here's Eddie Rosario. His bomb to right center is the difference in this game right now.
Why are we seeing it now but not when it happened? I'm not sure. But I do like that they show his home run. That's pretty smart AI from the game.
Yeah. All right.
So you have to assume that if we get base runners here, DeGrom will be finished.
Yeah, you'd think. Yeah, I would take him out the first time somebody gets on.
Yeah.
And we have a lefty up now. I'd bring in the lefty. I would have brought in the lefty right now. What is the Twins over-under for wins this season, Alex?
I believe it's 34.
That's hit up the center, and we've
These
got
numbers are
our
so hard
base
to wrap your
runner.
head around, you know what I mean?
And do you know what the Mets over-under is? Do you have that off of the top of your head?
The Mets over-under is 31.5.
So, Rob, what do you think? The Mets have to go 32 and 28. I'll tell you what the problem with the over-under is.
FYI is an 85
All right,
win.
so Luis Rojas is going to the pen.
Going
Looks
for the
like
righty.
he's going to the righty. That's going to be Brad Brock coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Again, classic tale as old as time for DeGrom. Pitches 6 1/3 here. 1-run baseball should be good enough to win. But he's coming out of this game on the losing side of this thing unless the Mets can rally here on opening day.
Did Brock not have any stats last year? Why do we only see his height, weight, and age? I think he pitched a little bit.
I think he pitched a little bit.
Yeah.
I think he
Brock
was
decent on the Orioles a couple years.
Yeah, picked him up off the scrap heap, if I recall.
Yeah, so, Rob, what is your take? 31.5 is the Mets over-under, which, again,
Sure,
would be an
over.
85 win.
Over. I always like the over.
Well, I've got a scam. I would go under on all 30 teams because everyone's going to have games that get canceled because someone tests positive morning
Smart.
of. So I don't think anybody's going to play 60. Everyone will play like 56. I go under on all 30 teams and hit on 20 of them. That's my gambling tip to you out there.
So usually the way that these work is they have to play a certain number of games.
Garver is back, and he's got a hit now as the Twins have something going here in the top of the 7th. 2 men aboard.
We got, men on first and second. DeGrom is responsible for the lead base runner.
So, Chester, do you think that the 3-man rule is in effect here? So Brad Brock has to face 2 more Twins before Luis Rojas can go back to the bullpen.
Yeah, let's hope that's the case.
Oh, there's Mr. Met trying to get the fans up on their feet here.
Is Mr. Met going to be at the games this year? That's a good question.
Yeah, he's wearing a mask.
He's fine.
Oh, Mr. Met's going to be wearing a mask? Okay.
Well,
he is wearing a mask. Yeah. It's a giant plaster helmet.
Oh, I see.
Although I think for the purpose of being a good influence, he should put a mask on top of that mask also.
Yes. How does Sano have
want to be guilty of
5 at-bats against Brad Brock?
Yes.
Well,
Keev,
The
do we know
fans are so realistic.
if any Mets will be playing in a mask a la Clint Frazier?
I don't know. I was wondering that. I was wondering how many Mets, if any, are going to be kneeling
I think first
for the
baseman
anthem.
should have to wear a mask.
I haven't really heard much about it.
The first baseman, and I guess the catcher already has a mask of sorts, but those are the only two guys who are consistently
Right. And the umpire is wearing one too, but the umpire more than anybody.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess umps and catchers and first baseman.
Good question.
Okay.
If you're at any other position,
Finally a strike here for Brad
you're
Brock.
near your teammates, but you're never really near the other team.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's second or short sometimes.
No, when you're hitting, you're near the other team.
Oh, yeah, everybody's near the catcher. That's true. Yeah. But that's why the catcher wears a mask.
And now the count is even, 2-2.
I think is baseball going to go crazy if there's like a brawl this season? Like why everyone's touching each other? Yeah. They're going to get mad, right?
The inconsistency, like, did you see for
and he struck him out. Huge
Ooh.
strikeout for Brad Brock as Sano goes down swinging.
Did you see
now
the
a
NBA?
chance to get out of this inning.
The NBA benches, they have the seats socially distanced from each other.
I haven't seen, no.
But then these guys go into the game and they're guarding each other. So I really don't understand the logic. It's like football. They're not allowed to give each other high fives after the game, but they're allowed to tackle each other for 60 minutes. So I really don't understand the consistency.
All right, here's Luis Arias. And he fouls it down to Alonso. Jets out of play.
Effect, right? Because otherwise the Mets would be bringing in a lefty here, right?
Yeah, the rule has to be in effect, I think. Unless the game is a little conservative with pitching changes.
Yeah, well, I mean, this could be the key at-bat of the game because if Arias can hit it to the gap.
He doesn't offer at the curveball outside. 1-1. That ball is hit out to Conforto and right, and the Mets get out of the jam. Brad Brock comes in, gives up the single to Mitch Garver, but nothing else. The Mets
no-hitter going into
look
the
for their first hit going into the bottom of the seventh. It'll be Alonso, Cano, and J.D. Davis.
And I guess that means we still have Barrios, and we do. He's only at 92 pitches. Still quite a number of pitches for opening day, but the tough thing is, if he gets out of this inning alive, right, with no hits allowed, is there any way?
I think you got to let him keep going. You got to let him have a no-hitter. What was the last Twins no-hitter?
This isn't the Mets where they've never had one, right? We don't want to ruin Barrios the way that you ruined.
And he opens them up with the curve to start things off.
Alex, do you know the name of the player for the Chicago Cubs with 3 home runs on opening day at Wrigley Field in 1995 against the Mets? And then hit 13 his entire career, but 3 were on opening day.
And how?
0-2 to Alonso.
I don't know, maybe you have charts about 3 home run games.
No. Although
way outside, Alonso lays off.
It was the great Tuffy Rhodes.
Tuffy Rhodes.
But the Mets won the game, I believe, even though Tuffy had 3 dingers.
The crowd behind.
That's up inside, and Alonso lays off. It's 2-2.
There's a woman right behind the plate who's jumping around.
Yeah, not your usual like stuffy behind the crowd ordering food. They're really going for it.
Down low, Alonso is able to hold off, and it's 3-2 with Cano on deck.
So this is the 3-4-5 batter. So yeah, so only 2 over the minimum for Barrios. So we saw the error, and then I assumed somebody walked at some point.
And ball 4. So the leadoff man is aboard here in the bottom of the 7th as Alonso heads down to first base. Let's look at the pitch sequence here, Kiva.
He really made him chase that second one.
He was very outside on he was all over the place here. He's really only one ball.
And misses. He had him 0-2.
Yeah.
4 straight balls then.
I think we might have a call to the bullpen very, very shortly.
Okay. Cano steps in. I think the Twins are probably going to be playing for 2 here on the infield.
So if you're a Mets fan, you just want Cano to strike out to keep the base running.
Starts him off with the curve inside. Called strike 1. Cano does not like the call. Shaking his head, talking back to the umpire.
Don't mean to cast aspersions at the show, but this crowd is not very diverse for the Mets today.
The
fastball on the outside corner, strike 2.
Is Twins manager Rocco Baldelli, is he high risk? I feel like he might be a high risk guy.
High risk meaning Like,
Didn't he have cancer or something? Or is he just always injured?
No, he was just always injured. I don't think he had cancer.
Okay.
He's a young guy.
Curveball down low.
Yeah, always hurt.
As Barrios is over the 100 pitch mark in this
game. The highest
game.
risk player on the Twins is probably Nelson Cruz, who's 40 years old and 220 pounds or whatever.
They get the double play ball, but they can only get one as Robbie Cano. There was a little bit of a bobble there by Donaldson at third.
Gold Glove winner.
They got the double play ball, Chester.
Yep, they did. But Cano with those fleet of foot at 37 beats it out.
Amazing. Robbie Cano didn't blow out a hamstring, getting down to first to break up the double play as J.D. Davis steps in.
We have not seen a shot of the bullpen this inning.
J.D. Davis has a check swing at the fastball for strike one. It's down low. Oh, and that ball gets away. Cano's going to try to go to second. And he's safe somehow.
Oh, nice.
Looked like the throw beat him, Chester.
I don't know. The ball was there. Good
I wonder
throw.
if you're playing, if you can challenge calls in this game. I bet you can.
So it was just a bad tag by Polanco. Do we see a replay or no?
So Cano's at second, and J.D. Davis hits one out to right. The line drive. Is Cano going to get picked off second? Oh no! That was.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry.
It must have dropped in for a base
I
hit.
apologize. I thought that was. I didn't even see the bounce.
Now we got men on the
like
corners.
Looked like an
Okay, so Davis hits it out to Nelson Cruz in right, and looks like picks up on one hop.
Yeah. Again, Cruz not really much of a fielder.
I think you have to take Barrios out at this point. 105 pitches. Twins
First
up 1-0
and
in
third,
the seventh.
one man away as Conforto steps in.
His W, I'm afraid.
Let's go. Crowd really on their feet.
Oh, wait,
Pitch number 106 coming.
When the no-hitter was.
Oh, and he does not get the call on the fastball up high to Conforto. Just missed. But he gets the inside
Barrios in here.
slider.
I'm gonna have to question that decision.
Don't you think they should let like 20 fans into every game?
20
like one per
fans?
section or
One in
something.
each
Yeah,
section. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
makes
But the
some
issue
noise.
is, then how many employees do you have to have in the building to monitor them? You know,
I guess
Clean the bathroom, yeah.
it is weird that it's like just going to be empty.
well, you can have like 20 like family, like people who you trust not to get into shenanigans.
Right. I don't think they're allowed there.
Okay.
The one thing that
2-2 to Conforto.
makes me happy about no fans is that Zach Hampel's not allowed to go to games.
Yeah,
Foul ball guy.
Another thing I was listening to is
Up high, full count.
during these
J.D.
games,
Davis with Ramos on deck.
no one collects the balls because who's going to do it? So they're just like the stands just littered with foul balls everywhere.
Well, I think they're going to have something where they give it to charity. I think teams will work it out.
Yeah, because they also
Or they could really put him.
I think
Can they not put him back in play?
one of the teams,
Well,
if
what the third baseman's going to
oh, J.D. Davis, I'm sorry, Conforto is struck out looking.
big strikeout there for Rios as he tries.
I don't know what he was looking
I mean, you
for.
may as well pencil in his Tommy John for next week if this guy's throwing 120 pitches on opening day.
Yeah,
Okay.
Baldelli.
We are gonna go
Fine.
and make a call to the bullpen here. He's going for the righty to face Wilson Ramos.
This umpire very short, by the way. He's like
Tyler Clippard, ex-Met.
Next national Yankee
Yep.
Yeah.
Diamondback.
really shuts down the righties.
very surprising that he is the first call to the bullpen here. He's not, he's not their 8th inning guy by any stretch, or their 7th inning guy, but he is today on opening
All right,
day.
so he's going to step in against Wilson Ramos with first and third and 2 men away.
Yeah, key at bat here.
Ooh, that pitch was close.
It was close, but
former Twin batting
outside.
against the former Met pitching, I guess.
Really, the Mets were hoping for just a fly ball from Conforto. Could not get one there. That was a huge strikeout. And that's down low, 2-0 to Wilson Ramos. Ahmed Rosario on deck for the Mets.
Haven't heard much from Ahmed today.
That pitch looked a little high, but they gave him a strike.
2-1 to Ramos.
The crowd is raising the roof behind Ramos.
Yeah, very active there.
That ball is just outside. And
Really pinching Tyler Clippard
3-1
today.
Yeah,
They did nail
Clippard
Tyler
does
Clippard.
not like the call. He wanted to get that one.
They did nail his glasses.
Yeah, looks very impressive. You would think the glasses would be harder to do than hair, but his goatee looks like he smudged his face.
Oh, the slow curve is in there for strike 2.
We have a full count here. Most important pitch of the game. Fouled off.
Fouled back for Ramos. The bull.
How do you say bull in Spanish? Real long at bat here.
Ramos at this point, you think he's the slowest runner in baseball?
It's got to be close. He's top 5, right?
He's going to need to hit one a long way here.
3-2. That ball is past the infield, and the Mets are on the board. Wow. By the way, the no-hitter was broken up here in this inning, and now the shutout is broken up. Wilson Ramos.
Very excited.
Very svelte in this game, too.
He also has half a goatee.
Yeah.
It looks like.
I mean, he's easily 50 to 60 pounds lighter in this game than he is in real life.
He's been working out.
Yes, coming back from the break in great shape.
So it's going to be a bullpen game. How is the Mets bullpen looking this year?
Well, a lot of the pitchers have the coronavirus, as we said. And Robert Gesellman just looks like he's not going to be ready for opening day. So the Mets are looking for bullpen help.
Okay.
They have Familia and they have Edwin Diaz.
So Keev, is that how it works? If a player tests positive on game day, the entire team has to cancel the game?
I don't know. I think if the team would have to quarantine, maybe.
The Twins are also playing. The Twins are playing 60 games in 66 days. They have just 6 off days, and for some reason, 2 of them are Monday and Thursday, the last week of the year. They have them sandwiched around a 2-game series against the Tigers, which I guess
maybe those are makeup days.
If they're going to the playoffs, that would be good because it gives you time to set the rotation, I guess. But
it might be makeup days. There's going to be canceled games. Best case scenario
at the 2-1 pitch.
And I guess
2-2 to Rosario.
Your local book, what is the minimum number of games played for a bet to qualify?
You'd have to ask Brett Fahrenkoff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is Rosario speed-wise is that the most disappointing part of his game? Shouldn't he just steal 18, 20 bases by accident, Rosario?
I'm not sure.
He's fast, but he can't steal bases. Strange.
I don't know if he's on base enough to steal bases. As that is popped up, foul territory. It's an easy play for Sano for the Twins to get out of the inning, but the Mets are on the board here. It's 1-1 after 7 as we head into the top of the 8th here at Citi Field. Rosario slamming his bat down to the ground in disgust. All right, so at the end of the inning, we have a report here from Heidi Watney from the MLB Network. Akiva, what'd she have to say?
Well, she was wondering why this game's not on SNY since it's opening day at 11 a.m. Heidi Watney said that, the Twins are considering firing manager Rocco Baldelli for allowing their young ace to go 114 pitches on opening day.
Okay, so Luis Rojas is going to make a pitching change here, maybe a double switch coming up. You would think that he would have done this to start the inning, but
98 degrees in New York right now. Why is he wearing a jacket?
Justin Wilson, the lefty, is going to get things started here.
Well, I think canonically this game is in April.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the very existence of the loogie is basically threatened now with the new rule.
Right? Justin Wilson is a loogie, and
that's why I asked the question. So he's got to face righties because So Marwin Gonzalez coming pinch hitting here for Arias apparently, or did they do a double switch?
We're not sure. We didn't get the double switch.
We saw Baldelli talking very animatedly to the umpire.
36,000 fans in attendance.
Looks like more.
Game. Yeah.
Looks like there's a full house.
That's the paid attendance, Akiva.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a leadoff single off Justin Wilson to get things started.
Did you see on Twitter one team for a game this week? They were doing the guess the attendance, and the options were 39,000 and 104.
Yeah. One of the things also about the loogies and going 3 batters is with these expanded rosters, teams will have an extra guy or 2 on their bench.
Where a couple weeks it goes 30 and then it goes 28 and then it goes 26.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's
okay. And Kepler is going to step in here with the man on against Justin Wilson. 0 for 3 today for Kepler.
Does Kepler have a good nickname?
Max,
give Kepler a
don't ask me
nickname?
what my grandparents were doing, Kepler.
Oh, no. I do
2-0 to
think...
Kepler.
do you think that most teams are going to keep an 8th reliever as their 26th man? Which is, I guess, also the rule going forwards.
So the Twins are starting with 15 and 15. I know.
Well, for the beginning, it doesn't really matter. Like that's
3-0.
You have enough guys.
Not been a encouraging relief appearance so far for Justin Wilson.
I mean, the
Put
Twins
the leadoff man on, now behind 3-0 on Kepler.
Pitching staff, even in the Gardenhire era, even when they were capped at 25. So,
and he finally gets a strike.
I would have
down
swung
low.
at that. You knew you were getting a
especially
floater
because
down the middle.
pitchers, if a lot of pitchers are only going to be going 4 or 5 innings at the most, right? So you need a lot of pitchers because you need guys to. You know.
But really everyone's going basically an inning after that. Whereas it used to be, especially in the NL, you'd have guys facing one batter back to back to back.
And a walk. I believe the first walk that we've seen.
Yeah, not a great
Justin Wilson. So Justin Wilson comes in, puts the first 2 men on that he's going to face.
I think we're going to see a lot of pitchers fake injuries to leave the game if they're struggling after 1 or 2 batters, Rob.
Oh,
so Brian Buck's healthy enough to pinch run. I guess he just had the day off.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody take Justin Wilson's temperature.
Very unusual decision that Nelson.
That would be funny. He's like, I'm trying to, chew my tobacco. I have no sense of taste or smell. I'm very nervous. Can you get me out of here?
So Polanco's going to square away to bunt here. I guess National League Park. Twins are going to play some National League baseball.
This could be the last time we ever see it. I'm excited.
Baldelli's been replaced by Gardenhire. No bullpen.
He pops up the bunt. Oh, and Wilson Ramos catches it. So very poor job of bunting there by Jorge Polanco. Alex, does Polanco have any experience bunting the baseball?
No, he's their number 3 hitter who, had an 850 OPS last year.
Yeah.
So, clearly you want him to bunt. I really question the show's AI for Rocco Baldelli because this is not how he manages his bullpen, and this is not how he
Nelson
manages.
Cruz is going to step in here. 0 for 3 today.
Nelson Cruz.
Yeah. Akiva, I do believe we are going to see a lot of bunting in these extra inning games where the runners are going to start at second base.
Yeah, so I would also say not baseball.
I'm definitely
fine
not
with change.
That's down low.
Very silly.
Might we see that in this game here?
Boy, the crowd is very pumped up right now.
Yeah.
I hope not, because I hope that Boomstick can plant one in the seats.
Nelson Cruz's chance at 500 home runs, as slim as they are, have to be completely dead with the loss of 100 games this season.
He's 40 years old. He has no
he was at 401. He would have needed 3 more years that were
Wilson struggling with his command in this inning. He's
he
behind Cruz 3-0 with Donaldson on deck.
Best season in history for a 39-year-old.
It's very sad that for like the Mike Trouts of the world, like this will come back and haunt them. You're basically missing, 4 months of a season, even if we
that's in there. 3-1.
Justin Wilson, Mr. 3-0. Just let's start everybody off at 3-0 and see what happens.
I don't know what Justin Wilson looks like. Is this an accurate representation?
Nah, he's like a generic loogie. I don't know.
And he walks his second batter of the inning.
Wow.
But
loaded here.
He has faced the minimum 3 batters here at this point. Let's see if Rojas will stick with Justin Wilson now.
Would you go to Familia here, maybe?
Familia is warming up in the bullpen.
Nope, they're sticking with him for Donaldson.
Oy vey.
A lefty pitching to Josh
All right.
Donaldson.
Bases loaded. 1 away here for Justin Wilson. That's down low.
This is why they paid him $92 million to come to Minnesota.
Another outside of the strike zone for Justin Wilson.
I'd love to know their career numbers against each other.
Justin Wilson, by the way, also sporting the Carlos Boozer hairstyle. Rob, you're a new NBA fan. Carlos Boozer, about a decade ago, would paint hair on his head.
Okay, Josh Donaldson skies one to Nimmo in center. Let's see if the runner is going to tag, and he does. And the Twins take the lead 2-1.
Donaldson actually beat the Mets in April by homering off Wilson.
Last year.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, he may have the game-winning RBI right there if the Twins bullpen can hold it. And Rosario now looking for some insurance. And interesting, they've kept Wilson this whole inning.
Yeah,
Rosario,
I think that's. I think we're going to see a lot of it this year. I think it's pitchers are going to get their own inning.
Yeah.
Eddie Rosario 3 for 3 with a home run and 2 singles.
You do still have the lefty-lefty matchup here with Rosario.
At this point, sure.
I don't know if Justin Wilson can get lefties out, to be honest.
Or righties. Rosario's career against Wilson, 2 for 8 with a double.
Justin Wilson was actually very effective for the Mets in 2019.
Yeah, he's fine.
Who else has he pitched for that he has 8
I think the Nationals. Wasn't he on the Nationals before this?
Well, he must have been in the AL at some point.
Okay, he's 1-1 to Eddie Rosario, who homered earlier in this game off DeGrom, responsible for the first Twins run. Chance to break the game open here.
Remind me, what was the score of the Jets game that you guys did on our app?
It was something stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. The Jets lost by a touchdown, I think.
So would this be further heartbreak for you guys?
Yeah,
This
I want the
game
Mets
is
to win.
closer. And Rosario is going to sky it to J.D. Davis, who holds it for the third out. So we'll go to the bottom of the 8th as a plane flies over Citi Field.
Perilously close.
And who will be pitching in the 8th inning for the
I
Twins?
was getting a little nervous there. Okay. All right. By the way, this is about like the 5-minute warning for me. But you guys can stay on and call the rest of the game, but I need to hop off in 5 minutes.
Okay, we'll finish the game.
Okay.
So Rob, in his
Keev,
contract,
text me when the game is over so I can turn the recording off.
Oh, okay, fine.
Rob in his contract not here for extra innings. He does 9 innings.
Yeah.
That would be funny if an announcer had like that sort of
Who is
clause
Thomas
in his
Neath?
contract.
Backup catcher.
He's their backup catcher. Yes, they
right.
double switched him in.
So Trevor May coming in to pitch the 8th inning for the Twins.
Against Tomas Nido, I guess, who got double switched into the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hitting Tomas Nido.
The game needs either the announcers, well, I guess that's us, or the Chiron to sort of tell the Chiron to tell us what's going on when there's a double switch or what's, because
Listen, the game wants you to keep your own scorebook, like Keith Hernandez does.
Yeah.
Rogers
Shot of
already
the action in the Twins bullpen.
Now he did have multiple inning save opportunities last year, quite a few times, but I think that Rocco said that he would not be doing that this year if possible, with the abridged schedule squeezed into 60.
That's up high. 2-1 to Tomas.
Hopefully, May can cruise through this inning, and then
Breaking
Taylor
news from the NFL world: fans who go to football games this year will have to wear masks.
They're not going to be fans of football games this year. What are they
All right.
talking
Well, listen, that's what the league is saying.
Very wishful thinking.
Okay, 2-2.
I will say that these new rules between, I guess, the 3-batter
Out of the
rule
way.
and the fast forwarding through innings, where we're in the 8th inning. It's only been an hour, so baseball really speeded
Yes,
up.
if you could fast forward through the middle innings, knowing that they were scoreless of a real baseball game, that would be great.
as well. Yeah.
And
real
tough
chopper.
play for the second baseman to get Nito. If it wasn't a catcher, maybe a shot for an infield hit. But
Marwin Gonzalez, is that him at second base right now? I think they said-
Arias, I believe, right?
No, but they said Marwin Gonzalez came in for Arias.
Ah.
Part of, I think, the double switch when they took Barrios out. But again, this is all speculation.
So Brandon Nimmo will be the Mets' next best chance to get this rally started.
Now, the second most famous person from Wyoming after Kanye West.
Kanye's from Wyoming?
Well, he's been in Wyoming the last
Dave
2 weeks.
Chappelle flew from Ohio to Wyoming,
know.
emergency flight to check on his buddy.
What a good friend. Chester
Yeah.
could never.
It's 2-0 to Nimmo. Mets would love to have Nimmo aboard right now. Nimmo fouls it back off to the third base side.
What spot in the order are we on?
This is leadoff.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Just turn the lineup around.
Yeah.
So Nito might have been pinch hitting or
What we have the pitcher in there. Oh, was that?
Did they double switch 8 and 9, maybe?
maybe it might have been a double switch for the pitcher spot. And Nimmo is going to ground to second, and Nimmo is retired 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th as Jeff McNeil steps in.
The Blue Jays.
Marwin Gonzalez is always, if you play fantasy baseball, is always eligible at second, short, third, and outfield.
Yeah.
So he's always
And
tempting to pick up, except he's not good at any of them.
And first also. He played quite a bit of first last year.
Rob, not a fantasy baseball guy.
Not a fantasy baseball guy.
I have not even.
Maybe I play fantasy NBA.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
But you have to wait till
when's
next
the draft?
Year. You'd have to wait till next year.
When's the season starting?
Because the playoffs aren't going to have real fantasy options. I mean, you could play daily fantasy NBA.
Oh, he'll watch for the next couple months, get situated,
get ready.
Be next
okay.
Yeah.
For the draft to be in 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah, when the new season starts.
All right, it's 2-0 to McNeil.
Keev, did your League of Leagues 2.0 wrap up?
Yeah, finished with the basketball season. We wrapped it up once basketball was officially, the regular season was canceled.
Okay.
Just in the nick of time. Yeah, we got lucky with all those pools and stuff. Really just need a big bop here with 4 outs to go.
Okay, it's 3-1 to McNeil with Alonso on deck.
Rob, in real life, when you attend a game, are you one of those people who leaves early to beat the crowd?
I mean, Keev and I left early at the Mets-Twins game.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm not a leave early guy.
I mean,
that was
every
different.
pitch.
We were working.
I get it. I was there. I had a
No,
hot dog.
I'm not a leave early guy.
Yeah.
If the Mets are down 10-0, I would leave early.
I'm a big leave early guy.
Really? Yeah. Even in a close game?
Yeah. Get me out of there.
Wow.
I want to just be home.
Well, that's such an LA attitude.
I saw it. I had food. Yeah. Now I'm ready to go home. Okay.
I think I've said this on the podcast.
McNeil hit it well.
Oh, my.
Going back. And that is
marathon.
Out of here.
And Rob, you can't go anywhere now.
Home run for Jeff McNeil. And Jeff McNeil continues his surprising power surge that we saw in the second half of 2020 and gives the Mets a 2-2 tie here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Rocco Baldelli is beside himself.
Wow. Rob, I think you do need your own home run call, Rob.
Yeah, I wasn't ready. If this was Alonso, I would have been ready.
Yeah, that ball floated.
Forget the mustard. It's karate time.
That's perfect. I mean, Cruz is running there for a half an hour. Try and catch that ball.
By the way, even if Nelson Cruz had started this game in right field, they would have replaced him. Like Buxton to center, Kepler to right. There's no way Nelson Cruz is playing defense in the 8th inning of a run game.
As Pete Alonso steps in, looking to give the Mets the go-ahead run here. Maybe go back-to-back with Jeff McNeil.
Looks like a lot of homemade bandages on his elbow, Pete Alonso.
Well, he's socially distanced from his trainer, so. Yeah, and back-to-back home runs would be very clutch for Rob, who is about to drop off the call.
Yeah.
So. And then you just have to rely on.
It would be very Rob-like to miss a Pete Alonso home run against the Twins because he's doing something else.
Yeah,
1-2 to Alonso. And he chases the outside offering, but it was Jeff McNeil. Take another look at this one over the right field wall into the bullpen to give the Mets a 2-2 tie here as we head to the 9th at Citi Field on opening day. And I'm going to step off as Jurius Familia steps into the game, but I'll leave it to Alex and Uncle Keev to take you the rest of the way. And if for some reason I get off my call, I'll hop back in.
Rob, thanks for joining us today for 8 innings.
A regular Bob Murphy. Thank you so much, Rob.
Take care. Drive safe, everybody.
Why do I get the feeling, by the way, that JonJon is trolling us and this game is going to go 14 innings and Rob will be back?
56 on the thing, but the good thing is we can't see the time, so we don't know if its game's going to end in the 9th or the. I suspect we're going extras, to be honest. Well, who's up? Who's up right now?
On the YouTube scroll, Rob to get to the 7th inning, Rob scrolled to the halfway point. So,
do you think we're going like 13?
I don't know. Yeah, and now, by the way, we have no way to fast forward because that's under.
Yeah, that is true. Yours Familia punches out Mitch Garver. Too bad Rob is not here to see it on 3 pitches.
You hate to see it.
Familia taking Mitchie down. Miguel Sano, don't you know? Yeah, I do like that bet, though, that if you could bet the unders and then you get the benefit of a couple rainouts. I mean, books got to be smarter than that. They have to go by like winning percentage or like minimum 58 games or something.
So I just checked. I made over-under picks for all 30 teams. and not intentionally, but I have exactly 15 of each, which surprised me because as I was doing it, I felt like I kept taking the under for everybody. But
but my strategy is foolproof.
Yeah.
You're betting on the coronavirus.
Well, again, it's based on what the book's minimum games played is, which if they're smart has to be pretty high to prevent your strategy.
Oh, speaking of ex-Twins, the Mets just signed Brian Dozier to a minor league deal.
Yeah, I saw that he got cut by the Nationals. Remember, he won a World Series for the Nationals last year.
The son of DJ Dozier, who was a Minnesota Viking, right?
What? No, he's not.
Isn't Brian Dozier's not DJ Dozier's son?
No. And
sure?
Are they even the same ethnicity?
They may be a different race.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure DJ is African American and Brian is.
So maybe somebody else. I think DJ Dozier has a son.
Oh,
let's see.
But yeah, Brian Dozier played in the World Series or was on the World Series team in 2018 for the Dodgers, and then in 2019 for the Nationals, where he actually won a ring.
Won the World Series, yes.
Yeah. He sets the American League record for home runs by a second baseman with 42, what was it, 2015 or 2016 for the Twins, and then fell off a cliff pretty quickly after that. But
no, I'm mixing up. DJ Dozier was a Vikings running back, who then left to play with the Mets.
Okay.
He played baseball and football.
Yeah, but he was black.
Yes, and he didn't. Yes, he did not. His son is not Brian Dozier.
Yes,
that was my mistake.
Yeah,
traded with Wally Whitehurst for Tony Fernandez on my father's birthday in 1992.
Interesting camera perspective here from deep in center field. We're looking at the top of the apple, which is begging to poke out once again.
Yes, the most beautiful sight in all sports.
Mid-ninth, 2-2. Twins with 6 hits and an error.
Apple's really brilliant because you get the kids excited that, if there's a home run, the apple's going to come up.
Yeah.
It's really a smart thing.
Twins bring in Tyler Duffy here in the 9th. They are saving Taylor Rogers for extras. And Robbie Cano to lead us off here in the bottom of the 9th. The Mets looking for a walk-off today. So what's your prediction how many innings we have left to go?
We're definitely going extras.
Yeah.
I'd say there's no suspense right now.
Stashak and Rogers have been working out of the bullpen for a couple of minutes now.
They, hopefully one of them, I
gotta say, that is the cleanest bullpen I've ever seen. There's not a single Gatorade cup anywhere.
Nope.
It's flawless. But good job by the maintenance staff in the Mets bullpen, keeping things clean here during our COVID times. And
it is interesting that people assume like baseball was going to happen a few weeks ago, and now it's just a fait accompli. Like everyone's assuming, like of course it's going to happen.
But you seem to be negative Nancy here.
No, I think it will happen. I just think individual games will get canceled. That's fine. I don't think anyone's debating that.
Okay.
I mean, people probably are, but I think.
Wow, a very excited reaction from both the pitcher and the hitter.
Yeah, Cano is not happy there.
Cano was, but did you see how it? Let's see. Yeah, Cano very angry. You should get used to that at this point in his career, honestly.
I mean, Cano, you could really make a case shouldn't be starting. They could play McNeil at second, Davis at third, and Cespedes in the outfield.
All right, so one away, and now we have who's batting? We don't have
Michael Conforto.
See, this is what happens when we lose Rob. So Conforto, he's going to hit the home run.
Rob, very professional. Rob had the lineups in front of him. He was really paying attention.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Rob was doing a good job. He was instantly calling out fielders correctly, and I think Garver loses control of that one. So it's 1-1 with the count. Yeah, but Tyler Duffy, he was very excited for a first out of the inning punch out. A little bit surprising, to be honest.
Listen, he hasn't pitched in a while.
Yeah. So you're considering this opening day. In my mind, this is Game 7 of the World Series. So
no, JonJon specifically said this was opening day.
Okay. Also, it would be unusual to have a day game for the World Series in 2020.
One of the weird things about me watching old Super Bowls is a lot of
day Super Bowls.
A lot of day Super Bowls. Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah. All right, we got to look at Conforto in the on deck circle.
Oh, sorry, this is Davis. They must have Davis ahead of Conforto.
All right. We have a full count here as the Mets trying to get somebody on board and end this in the 9th. And another ball fouled back and out of play. Akiva, you may be down to a solo booth in a few minutes because this announcer's wife has just asked if he can go run an errand in a few minutes.
Well, that would be great podcasting. Tell her to get her own Dairy Queen today.
I'd slap
Don't
you
repeat that.
to protect
Don't
her.
repeat
I
that.
am going to repeat that. He says, don't repeat. He says, tell her to get her own Dairy Queen.
Oh. Better watch yourself.
Jen, have you ever been a color commentator for a pretend baseball game before?
Good thing he's in Israel. Because I would beat him up.
Your errand would be to drive to my house if I was local, so she could beat me up. I think. Can your wife sit through a whole baseball game? Because my wife cannot.
Yeah, we've gone to baseball games before.
My wife gets very bored once like the fun of like.
No, we don't. I'm not a leave early guy. All right, so that's the end of 9, and we are getting free baseball here today for our listeners and our viewers. As
8-9-1 for the Twins coming up.
So Marwin Gonzalez, Byron Buxton, two guys who did not start this game, will be batting here in the top of the 10th. Gonzalez, though, got a base hit and then came around to score the Twins' second run of the game as he bats leadoff here. I have to say, his beard looks very accurate. So,
do you think Marwin Gonzalez has seen the Steve Carell film, Return to Marwin, or whatever it's called? Welcome to Marwin.
No.
You don't think he's seen it?
No. He gave the most sincere apology of any former Astro, though, back in March when the story first broke during the beginning of spring training.
Mm-hmm.
For the cheating scandal.
Yeah, it's a good lesson. If you cheat, just apologize.
I mean, he did have his career year there. His OPS was like 100 points better than any other season.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean,
really crazy. The Mets had to fire Carlos Beltran. Carlos Beltran should be allowed back. The world's got bigger problems.
Yeah. Gonzalez is a good guy to have on your team, though. He's a very good, 10th man. As you said, he can play every day at any position. Decent fielder everywhere. He's got a strong arm in the outfield. Not a great fielder, but decent. He's got a strong arm. And, he's a decent batter, nothing special. But he's chasing pitches all over the place here. He's going to strike out and throw his bat in frustration. His batting average on the season drops to 500 now. And Byron Buxton, with his first at-bat of the game, came into the game as a pinch runner, I believe.
How many home runs did Buxton hit last year?
How many home runs did he hit?
Yeah.
I don't have his numbers handy.
As Chester gets yelled at by his wife in the top of the 10th here. I've never seen... I mean, a lot of the announcers this year are announcing from home. I saw the Mets radio announcer, Howie Rose, announce from home. His wife may just ask him to do some errands in the middle of the game.
Akiva, would you be willing? Would you be willing to do the next couple of innings by yourself?
You can't. This errand can't wait 7 minutes.
Well, we don't even know how long this game is going to go, and we have no control over the camera because that's on Rob's end. So
I think we're only like 10, 15 minutes left of the YouTube video.
Yeah, it's my kids have to be picked up from camp at 3:00.
Well, that sounds important. Then I think you probably have to do that.
Yeah, but
listen,
I have
if for Dairy Queen, I say no. For your children, I say
yeah. But I have a meeting at 3:00 at home, so she wants me to go pick the kids up early from camp.
Okay, all right, fine.
So, all right, I'm going to leave you here.
If Rob's not here, I would have it paused. All right, I will announce the rest of the game. This is one of the great podcasts in history. Will Dr. Jen announce the game with me? How about that?
Okay, fine. That's the deal. Okay, Jen, you have to do the podcast. Okay, you guys are watching a pretend baseball game and giving play-by-play.
Pretend it's not even real?
Yeah, there is no real baseball.
I mean, it's real. It looks real.
What do you mean it's pretend?
It's a video game. Okay, so you are going to be announcing the game with here.
Now the pitch. So it's 2-1. Yours familiar.
Hello.
What's going on?
Pretend baseball game.
All right, yeah, we're watching.
This is the lamest thing I've ever.
Oh no!
seen.
Deep fly to left. It's foul. People
You
like
think
this
he's
stuff.
going to listen to this?
Yeah, this is gonna have 100,000 views on YouTube.
Nobody's going to be interested in watching a video.
No, people like this. We did this with Madden. It was very popular. The problem with when we did this with Madden was later that day. There was a shooting at like a Madden tournament, and we had to sort of like stop promoting the Madden podcast because it was like the lead news story in the United States that day. So hopefully there will be no MLB related
This
crime.
is a video game?
Yeah, it's a very high quality. Yeah, video games are good. I
Who's
guess
playing this video game?
it's the Mets versus the Twins. A
Who's
listener,
playing it?
a listener simmed it for us. He simulated the whole game for us.
This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Ever.
We've done it before. We had Rob on for a while, but Rob had to go. Rob was like doing a good job announcing. Ooh, Eduardo Nunez coming in. I think You should be happy, Dr. Jen, that your husband didn't play video games all day, so you don't know that like video games
You
are
know
now
what?
very.
That is one thing I'm really grateful for.
It's true, because if your husband plays video games, that's like 2 hours a night where he's ignoring you, or your wife. Anybody could play video games. It's 2020.
Mhm.
But yeah, he doesn't play video games. What was the last video game system you owned?
Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, I had Super Nintendo, but I had N64. You never made the leap
No.
to N64.
No.
We were a Nintendo family,
All about the
we
Super
were not a Sega or a PlayStation family.
No,
growing
yeah,
up.
exactly. Same.
What was your favorite game for Nintendo 64? For Super Nintendo?
There's a game called Paperboy.
Oh yeah, great game.
Yeah, were you? That was fun.
I had that on the Game Boy also.
Mario Kart,
As,
that was a good one.
The Mets ground out, one out in the bottom of the 10th here. Marwin Gonzalez throwing out Ahmed Rosario.
Walking. Oh, he disappeared.
Yeah, no, Ahmed Rosario's up now. He's 0 for 3 with a pop out. What would you say? Look at the
He has
realism
a
of the
neon
fans.
bat. He has a neon yellow bat.
Does he?
Yeah, just a neon yellow bat.
What do you think about the realism of the fans behind the hitters? It's pretty good,
really,
right?
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
The graphics are impressive. I've also not played a video game like this since I was a kid. I think my wife would leave me if I started like becoming a regular video game player.
Yeah.
It's very time consuming.
I mean, the only thing worse than playing video games is announcing someone else playing a video game.
Well, I'd say that's probably. I mean, we only do it once. We're not doing every single game, but I don't know. People like it.
Okay.
All right.
I'm
One, two.
I'm gonna sign off, Akiva. This is
but
a
you
lot
can't-
of fun, but I'm gonna.
Yeah, I think you have to leave. Do you have to leave Alex in? I don't think you have to leave Alex in. I think you could X him out.
What does that mean? Do I just X this little? Okay.
I think you could exit out. Yeah, if Rob started it. Yeah, I think I'll be good on my own.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for the in booth pop in, Dr. Jen. That was
have
what
a
an honor.
lot of fun doing this
Yeah.
random crap.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All
Okay.
right,
Bye.
the first pitch here to Nito. All right, we'll let you know when Dr. Jen figures out how to X out this thing. There we go. All right, it's just me. I feel like Stephanie on Survivor Guatemala. Oh my God, it's just me. As Nito flies, that's more of a pop-up. Out of play, 1-1. Bottom of the 10th here. This game could be going 20. What a great idea we had. Ooh, right down the middle. A very good strike call. I think that's the most important part of being an umpire. It's like the solid strike call that the whole stadium can hear. 1-2 to Nito with 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th. Oh, he got him. Beautiful pitch. Nito's not happy about it, but that was right down the pipe. Tyler Duffy. 2 strong innings. The 9th and the 10th. All right, we're going to go to the 11th. The Mets and the Twins tied at 2. The Mets only have 3 hits in the first 10 innings as the currently injured Robert Gazelman steps to the mound. 4.66 ERA in 2019. Looking to greatly improve on that. Really struggles against right-handed hitters. And the Twins have a lot of good right-handed hitters coming up, so this could be problematic, starting with the 40-year-old Nelson Cruz, who's at the dish. We lost Rob. We lost Alex. We lost Dr. Jen. This is we're an hour 23 and 10 seconds in. Is one person still watching this? Who knows? Gazelman, the long-haired Gazelman, steps in. Oh, just misses. The umpire really looking for where Thomas Nito was framing that pitch, but just missed inside. Wow, the umpire's really fishing for the ball. I'm not sure how much he could see behind Nito, but it's 2-0 to Nelson Cruz in this 2-2 game in the top of the 11th. The crowd is weirdly on their feet for this 2-0 pitch from Gazelman as he throws it right down the middle for a strike. Gazelman's hair looks so fake in this game. It's remarkable. I'd like to see what Syndergaard's hair looks like if we had him pitch. Cruz chops it backwards, foul behind the plate. 2-2 to number 23, Nelson Cruz. Gazelman winds. Oh, just missed. Josh Donaldson on deck. You really want to not have Cruz on base or, hit a home run before Donaldson, the Twins' best hitter, comes to the plate. Oh, fly deep to right. Into the gap. Nemo plays it off a bounce on the wall. Cruz slowly trots into second with a leadoff double. And the Mets are in a little bit of trouble as a weird sort of dab, some weird celebration from Nelson Cruz. Okay. Dellin Betances is getting warmed up in the bullpen, but Gazelman's on his own to pitch to Josh Donaldson. As Donaldson skies that one backwards, foul. Donaldson's 0 for 3 with a sac fly today. His first game as a Twin after some years in Toronto and Atlanta. Really would set the stage for his Twins career if he could have a big hit here. And he rips one to right. A diving play. Oh, keeps it in front of him, does Conforto. So Cruz actually stays at second. So a single that does not advance the runner. But a really hard-hit ball that just died right in front of Michael Conforto, who dove and did a nice job of keeping in front of it, but could not make the catch. And now we have 2 on, nobody out, and Gazelman is in big trouble here. Eddie Rosario's 3 for 4, a monster game. A homer to open the scoring today, then hit 2 more singles, and really has a chance to bust this one open with 2 on, nobody out in the top of the 11th inning. Game tied 2-2. Cruz adjusts his helmet from second. He's not going anywhere. Chopped foul, 1-1. Gazelman throwing in the high 80s right now. At his peak, he throws much faster than that. Roberto Gazelman. Not a lot of names start with GS, if you think about it. That ball is flied very shallow center. Nimmo coming in, makes the catch. No one's going to advance. 1 away. As we get down towards the bottom of the Twins order. Ooh, the Garv sauce. Come to the plate. Garver hit a single in the 7th, is otherwise 1 for 4. Hit 31 homers last year and about a homer every 10 at-bats, considering he did not play every day for the Twins. 2 on, 1 out. Can Garver bust this one open? Our big enemy. Garver flies this one to Nimmo. Nimmo barely has to move, comes in a step, makes the catch, fires in. Cruz isn't going anywhere. 2 on, 2 out, as Gazelman is 2/3 of his way out of trouble here in the 11th. All right, Miguel Sano. It's all up to him. Sano was 0 for 4, popped out his last time at bat in the 9th inning. 12 pitches to face these first 4 batters for Gazelman, so should still be pretty fresh. Pretty cool red sunshades from Miguel Sano today. Full house here. Nobody's left. Not a single person has left the stadium as Miguel Sano looks to ruin opening day for the Mets, who have the best winning percentage in all of Major League Baseball on opening day. Mets truly win about 3/4 of their opening day games. A pitch in the dirt, 2-0 from Gazelman to Sano, and now he really has to be careful here. Sano, one of a million Twins who had over 30 home runs last year. He had 34 home runs. Sano chops that one to first. Alonso easily covers, makes the play, and side retired in the top of the 11th. Now we'll go to the bottom of the 11th, where Brandon Nimmo, followed by Jeff McNeil and Pete Alonso, the top 3 hitters in the Mets order, will try and win the game for the Mets as we are in the bottom of the 11th. Looking for a new pitcher are the Twins. As Rocco Baldelli is calling for a right-handed arm out of the bullpen, and it's Cody Stashik, who pitched 18 times last year to a 3.24 ERA and really struggles against right-handed pitchers. Stashik has been warming up for about 6 innings, so let's see what he has left. Nimmo has not gotten on today. He's 0 for 4. He grounded out in his last at-bat in the bottom of the 8th. One swing of the bat can end it for any of these Mets. Ooh, a high strike from Stashik to Nimmo, and it's 0-1. 93. Stashik's throwing a little bit of heat. The blonde-haired Stashik. The crowd is weirdly on their feet again here in the bottom of the 11th. Missed badly. Low and outside did Stashik, and now we're 1-1 to Nimmo. Stashik bombs that one by Nimmo, 91 miles an hour. swings and misses. It's 1-2. Animo connects right to Miguel Sano, who applies the put out by stepping on first base. And Jeff McNeil, who tied this game in the bottom of the 8th with a home run, that's his only hit of the day, can end it in the bottom of the 11th with a home run, or can get on base and give a big opportunity to Pistol Pete Alonso right behind him. Stashik much more successful against left-hand pitchers in limited work last year than right-handed pitchers, so he does certainly fancy his odds against Jeff McNeil. And McNeil wallops that foul down the right field line, pretty close to the 330 sign. The count's 1-1 here in the bottom of the 11th. McNeil flies that one. Cruz is going back, and right about 5 feet before the warning track, makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Now back, first baseman, Keev.
And Pete Alonso comes to the dish. 0 for 3 today, struck out in the 7th. Alonso hit 53 home runs last year, famously, the most of any Met in history by a great margin. Previous record beaten by over 10. And takes the first pitch, 0-1, a changeup from Stashik, 79 miles an hour. Stashik trying to get out of the inning. Ooh, a low strike there. Again, goes with a second changeup in a row. And Alonso takes it. It's 0-2, one pitch away from being out of the inning and taking us to the 12th. Pitch from Stashik. Drilled in the air. Deep to left. Are you kidding me? Over the hills. Far away. Forget the mustard. It's karate time. Pete Alonso in the bottom of the 11th has walked us off with a solo dinger. His first of the season, starting off as the Mets prepare to have a non-socially distant celebration with the polar bear himself. The apple's up, the fists are pumping, the helmets are off, and Pete Alonso has extended the Mets' opening day streak to many games in a row. As a very realistic celebration there at home plate. I'm going to get the cameraman there. Let's look at this home run again from a real angle. Alonso wallops the 0-2. Tried to go with the off-speed stuff for a third straight pitch. Alonso wasn't buying it, and he absolutely nails this ball deep to left center, way over the 370 mark. Looked like it could almost go into the second section. A monster dinger for Pete Alonso. And the Twins lose. That's good. Mets win. That's nice. And we're going to interview Pete Alonso. Well, let's talk to Jeff McNeil, the player of the game for hitting a home run in the 8th. McNeil says, I had a nice game. I'm looking forward to get home, spending time with my wife and kids, assuming I have them. But it's good to get a W on the board. As we watch highlights of Jeff McNeil swinging and hitting the dinger, here's the Aflac highlight of the game. McNeil tying the game up at 2-2 in the bottom of the 8th with a big shot to right center over the outstretched hopeful glove of Nelson Cruz. And that's your player of the game, Jeff McNeil, 1 for 5 with a home run. Your final. The Mets 3, the Twins 2. Only 4 hits, but with 2 of them home runs and an error from the Twins, the Mets managed to score 3 runs. The Twins left a bunch of guys on base. Could not take advantage of a shaky outing from Justin Wilson. And that's how it goes for the Twins. They lose to teams from New York. Zellman the winner, Stashik the loser. Eddie Rosario 3 for 5. But again, the big hit, Pete Alonso with a walk-off in the bottom of the 11th. Thank you, everybody, and have a good night.
Nobody knows my name. Did I melt into these walls I've made? I did everything I thought would about to zone out.